A grade grand final between the Tingha Tigers and Guyra. Guyra kicking off. Berger drives it deep back into the northeastern corner, taken by Craigie for Tingha. He's gone straight through. Ray Craigie with the ball, runs up to the fullback. Berger B gets it on to Blacklock. Blacklock up to the 40-metre line inside Guyra territory. Great run by the fullback Craigie for Tingha. Blacklock to play back to Walls. Walls gets across now onto, it comes to the big front row. That's Woodbury with the ball. He goes up to 35 metres out from the Guyra line. Tingha on the attack on the second tackle. Comes now on to the second rower, and that's McElwain with the ball. McElwain caught on the 30-metre line. Back on Lettinger to Walls. Walls gets it on to Kent. Kent gets it across. The ball's gone loose. It's been picked up by Dennison. That's Kelly for Guyra, taken and tackled by Walls. Knock on, so it'll be a scrum feed. It'll be Tingha's feed into the scrum. Great attacking position for Tingha. 0-0 in the big game. A great run though from the kick-off by Ray Craigie. Tingha's ball in the scrum, 25 metres out from the Guyra line. Guyra defending the southern end, Tingha the northern end. The Walls ball into the scrum. It comes out, gets it on now to Guyra. Guyra runs it, caught in a good solid defensive tackle there by two of the Guyra defenders, Burgess and also Bull. Plays the ball back now on to Lettinger. Lettinger goes from dumb half. He's gone straight through, but he's caught by Berger, and he's gone and he's in. A try to Lettinger for Tingha. 4-0, straight under the post. Great run by the dummy half. First blood to Tingha. Great start.
First try goes from this A-grade fixture, goes to Tingha hooker Paul Lettinger. Tingha lead 4-0.
6-0 the score. After we've just had on 3 minutes of play, 6-0 to Tingha. Great start by the Tigers. Berger to kick off again.
Gary, get right over and get the chin, put these on him.
Guys are back into that northeastern corner again. An awkward bounce picked up there by the 5'8 for Tingha. That is Meppen. Tingha on the 20-metre line. 6-0. Comes to Craigie. Craigie steps back off his left foot. He's beaten one, but he can't beat the tackle and gone to the ground. Lettinger to Walls. Walls on to Guyra. Guyra's caught in a smother tackle there by the second row for Guyra. Mulligan back on to Lettinger. Lettinger goes from dummy half again. Another good gain of about 8 metres. Ball back to Walls. Walls gets it on now to McElwain, the second rower. Or is it at Curtin? Yep, Craig Curtin with the ball. Walls gets it on to Blacklock. Little chip kick over the top. Found a bit of space too, he has, and ball bouncing around. It's been knocked back down. Back to Burgess for Guyra. And there's a knock on. Knock on. We've pulled him off the ball, and there'll be a penalty to Guyra. View to take the tap. Gets it on to Richardson. Richardson charges into him. Run 10 metres. Richardson to play the ball back on to Bury. Bury gets it on the other front now. Now Vidler. Vidler goes, makes another good 8 or 9 metres. Plays the ball back on to Bury. Bury across now to Dennison. Gets it on to Hutton. The ball's gone loose. Picked up by one of the Guyra defenders there. Looks like Burgess to play the ball. What's he ruling here? He's knock against Blacklock. It'll be a scrum, it'll be a Guyra scrum feed. Tingha 6, Guyra 0. It'll be Dennison's ball into the scrum for Guyra. Comes up, picked up by Hutton at the base of the scrum. Goes from the back of the scrum, but he's caught in a good tackle by Guyra. And also Craigie out of the top. The Bury. Bury gets it on now to Bull, the big centre. Strong run by the number 4 for Guyra. He's caught only just 8 metres out. Played the ball back on to Bury. Bury gets it a long pass now on to Vidler with the ball for Guyra. They played the ball, picked up at the base of it. This by the hooker. Bury almost scored. Guyra right on the attack. Bury to get up and play the ball. Plays the ball back to Dennison. Dennison Gets it on now to Berger. Gets it across, back inside. Picked up, looks like Hutton with the ball, the centre. Geez, those numbers are hard to see. It's on to Torrance. Torrance, little kick is through, but it's been dived upon by Blacklock. Blacklock to play the ball. Comes on now to Ribby with the ball.
You want to get some more seats for the plane.
Tingha with the ball once again.
11 on the field on the minute.
Tingha 25 metres out onto Woodbury, but he's wrapped up by Bull. And also Mulligan in there in the tackle. Woodbury to play the ball on the Lettinger. Lettinger gets it on to Guyan. Guyan gets the ball on. Good pass too. Finds Tickle on the wing. He can't beat the tackle though.
Clyde Smith. Have a look! Have a look here!
Clyde Smith, the winger for Guyra. Gets the ball on to Meppen. Reefs it deep back towards the southwestern corner. Picked up there by Kelly. He beats one. He beats his opposite number. But he's caught in a good tackle by McElwain for Tingha. Bury gets it on now to Olas with the ball. Olas runs across field. He's wrapped up, ball and all. Curtin in there. Also Lettinger, ball on now to Richardson. Richardson, good hard run by the front row. Runs up to the 30-metre line. Tingha 6, Guyra 0. Comes now to Mulligan, but he's caught by the reception committee. Can't make much room there. At the Bury gets it across now to Dennison, drives it deep back down, but it's bouncing around, picked up here by Craigie. Runs up to the 30, the 40-metre line, but he's run across field, but he's wrapped up by Bury. And also coming over the top, the other centre for Guyra is Bull. Yep. Tickle runs out of dummy half, but he's wrapped up. Got a blood bin, time off. Looks like David Kent are coming to get in some attention. Blood bin. Plays the ball under Craigie. Craig gets it on to Woodby with the ball. All right, thanks, mate. Walls. Knock on there. Just a slight knock on penalty. Flop. Penalty against Dennison for Guyra, flopping on the tackle. Right on the halfway line. Penalty to Tingha. Tingha leads 6-0. Good kick by Meppen, finds touch. It's 20 metres out from the Guyra try line. A great attacking position for Guyra. Gets the ball onto Walls. Walls gets on to Blacklock. The Blacklock's wrapped up only 12 metres out from the Guyra line. Plays the ball back onto Lettinger. Lettinger gets it on now to Guy Berger. He's on the replacement, the young fella. Tingha under 18 player. Back onto Lettinger. Cross now to Guyan. Guyan goes, dummies go straight, but he runs straight into Hutton. And he's wrapped up by the lock forward for Guyra. Tingha right in front of the post, only 5 metres out. Comes across to Meppen, Walls gets it on to Lettinger. Lettinger stands in the tackle, gets the ball back. It's bouncing around, it's been picked up by Kelly for Guyra. And he's wrapped up a loose pass. Kelly to play the ball back onto Bury. But he's dropped the ball. It's been picked up by Berger, and there'll be a penalty. Yep, for reefing the ball. Penalty to Guyra. There'll be a leaving penalty for him too. Tingha 6, Guyra 0. Penalty taken by Guyra. Didn't gain a lot of ground, but they've got possession. 32 metres off their own line. He comes on to Richardson. Richardson charges up to the halfway line. A good run. Good run of 15 metres. Richardson to play the ball. Back onto Bury. Bury gets it on now to Olas. Olas step tackle off his right foot, and he's caught on the 40-metre line on the second tackle. Olas to play the ball back to Bury. Bury gets it on now to Hutton. Hutton with the ball, the lock forward for Guyra. Plays the ball back to Bury on the 30-metre line. It's gone to Torrance. Scored 3 tries last week against Inverell. Coming from the wing into 5'8". Torrance to play the ball. Back now, Bury with it, goes on his own, but he's wrapped up pretty sweetly by the Tingha defence. Guyra 15 metres out. Tingha 6, Guyra 0. Berger with the ball now. Gets the ball on to Bull, and Bull's charged through. It looks like he scored. Yep, the number 4, Rodney Bull, has scored for Guyra. 6-4 with the kick to come. Tingha lead Guyra. That was pretty soft, really. He's kicked the conversion. Yep, 6-all.
Conversion successful by Luke.
Meppen kicks off back deep towards the Guyra lines, taken by Torrance. Torrance gets it on now too. Now the ball on to Hutton. Craig Hutton with the ball. The centre. Craig beats one, but he can't beat the tackle of McElwain. Jade McElwain. Tell you what, a strong run from the kick-off by Guyra. Bury gets it on now to Berger. Berger gets it on to Dennison. Dennison shapes the pass, but then beats one tackle. Gets the ball on Guyra right on the attack here, and they're in the score again. It looks like it's Torrens that time that's scored. Corey Torrens has scored for Guyra. 10-6. That was the second tackle from the kickoff. But a great run by Craig Hutton, the centre, from that kickoff.
Guyra scored by Corey Torrens. Guyra lead 10 points to 6.
He's hit it pretty well.
Missed it.
He's missed it though, across to the left-hand upright.
Conversion unsuccessful.
Meppen kicks it back towards our southwestern corner. There's a bit of a mix-up here. It's gone dead. And bad mistake by Guyra. Let the ball bounce. It was Dennison that let it bounce, and then it beat the... Drop out taken on the 40-metre line by Meppen. Meppen gets it on now to Woodbury and up to the 30-metre line before he's taken the ground. Woodbury to play the ball back on to Meppen. Meppen gets it on now to Craigie. Craigie gets it on to the number 10 for Tingha, McElwain. Now it's Jade McElwain with the ball. Good run. And off a Ray Craigie pass. McElwain to play the ball back on to Lettinger. Lettinger gets it now on to Curtin with the ball, but he's wrapped up in a high one there, a bit high by Olders, but he got away with it. Played the ball back to Lettinger, only 5 metres out. Lettinger gets it onto Walls. Walls double pumps it, gets the ball onto Gawan, and he's in to score. Yep. Great move by David Walls. Through the dummy, the double pump, and a good pass, and straight into the hole. Nathan Gawan has scored for Tingha, 10-all with a kick to come.
Try to Tingha scored by Nathan Gawan. The score is 10 points all.
I tell you what, if this keeps up, we'll run out of room to put the scores down. Tickle to come in. About 10-15 metres to the left of the uprights. Moves in, he hit it pretty sweet. Linesman like it. 12-10 to Tingha. Woodbury and McElwain, they look a bit alike, those two front rows when they run. Both got the headgear. Yeah. Berger kicks it back into the northeastern corner. It's taken there by Meppen. And he's tackled on the 20-metre line. Meppen to play the ball back onto Lettinger. Lettinger gets on now to McElwain with the ball. Next it was his front row partner Woodbury. Now Lettinger gets it on to Curtin with the ball. Runs up to almost the 40-metre line. Third tackle. Under Gawan, the try scorer. Nathan Gawan caught midway between the 40 and the halfway line. Lettinger gets onto the Meppen. Meppen on the just over the 40-metre line. The ball back. Berger takes it back on his own line. Runs up over the 10. Runs up towards the 20 and he's caught right on the 20-metre line. Good tackle there by Walls in the underneath, and Lettinger over the top. Guyra with the ball. Berger gets it on to Hutton. Luke Hutton caught in a good tackle, solid tackle by Kent. Yep, the centre for Tingha. Now the ball comes on to Vidler with it. Vidler beaten one, beaten two. He's dropped the ball there. He's got away with it. Referee says it went backwards, but anyway, there's a few people who don't think of that, but that's what he said. Bury now onto Mulligan. Mulligan up over the halfway line, 5 metres into Tingha territory on the 5th tackle. Tingha 12, Guyra 10. Good take by David Kent. Runs up to the 40. There's a high shot. He got underneath that and he's still going up to the halfway line before he's caught. Kent to play the ball. Lettinger onto Blacklock. Blacklock straight up the middle. Good run. Gain of 15 metres. Blacklock to play it onto, and there's a penalty. Had 2 goes at him. Owl is penalised, the captain coach of Guyra. Macca says something, pointed, but anyway got the penalty. Tingha 12, Guyra 10. Meppin to drive it towards the eastern touchlines. Found touch about 15 metres out from the Guyra line.
Wilkins is on for Woodbury too. Mate.
Woodbury's off, Wilkins on. Johnny Wilkins on. Marcus Woodbury off. Here he comes now. It's gone on to Guyra, onto Blacklock. Blacklock gets it on to McElwain. McElwain's caught 10 metres out from the Guyra try line. Plays it back on to Matlock. He'll go on his own here. He goes from dummy half and wrapped up by 4 of the Guyra defenders in there. Only just a couple of metres out. Plays ball into McElwain. McElwain gets it onto Walls. Walls gets it on now to Craigie. Craigie goes on his own, but he's caught in a high one and still going very close. The linesman come in. Time out. There was a high shot in there. One of the Guyra players being called out. It looks like Bull, the centre. There was a high shot there on Ray Craigie. Will be penalised. Here comes a penalty to Tingha. Coming back on, mate. Blood bin too there is for, it looks like Vidler coming off for Guyra with a blood bin. Did it take the tap?
Dan Taylor's gone on with the blood bin too.
And Taylor's on for Guyra. The Meppin gets it onto Guyra. Guyra is wrapped up and caught. Play the ball back to Walls. Walls from dummy half. Gets it on to Woodbury. And he's caught. That was McElwain with the ball now onto Blacklock. Woodbury's a busy boy. He's on the bench. Had him run the ball. Anyway, now on to Meppin. Meppin gets it back inside to Wilkins. Wilkins to play the ball back to Walls. Walls on there to Meppin in the cut-out pass on to McElwain. He dropped the ball back, but a knock-on's rule. A little bit scrappy at the moment. Ting completely. Now it'll be Bury. Take the tap. Gets it on to replacement for Guyra. That is Taylor. Dan Taylor with the ball to play on to Bury. Bury shapes to Muggle. Gets it on now to Richardson. Richardson runs hard across field, but he's wrapped up in a good tackle by Guyra underneath. And Curtin over the top. Back on to Bury. Bury gets it on to Dennison. Dennison gets it back inside to Hutton. Hutton bumping and jumping around, but he's wrapped up in the tackle. Guyra on the attack. 30 metres out from the Tingha line. Tingha 12, Guyra 10. Now it comes on to Dennison. Dennis with the ball, gets it on to Craig Hutton, but he's caught wrapped up in a good tackle by Kent for Tingha. Dennison gets it on to drop the ball there, knock on by the Guyra player. Looks like Taylor with it. The Meppin's ball on the scrum for Tingha, feeds it, gets it on there to Craigie. Craigie runs, but he's caught in a good tackle by Berger. Play the ball back now to Curtin with the ball. Curtin goes from dummy half, gains about 5 metres before he's wrapped up to play the ball back to Lettinger. Lettinger gets it on now to McElwain. Jad McElwain with the ball, runs up to the 45, midway between the 40 and the halfway line. Play the ball back to Lettinger. Lettinger gets it on now to Justin McElwain, runs up over the halfway line. Kent into dummy half. He'll go on his own here. Kent runs up to the 40. A good run, a gain of almost 20 metres there by the centre for Tingha. Tingha 12, Guyra 10 to play the ball back now on to Schumann. Schumann gets it on to Meppin. High up and under. Drives it high and the chase is pretty good too. Maclock's in there. It's a high kick. Bouncing around. It's anyone's here and it's been knocked over the dead ball line by Guyra. It'll be a drop out from underneath the post. There'll be a replacement made for Guyra too. It looks like Bo Orchard's going on.
We've already been counter-road lead. They can't. They don't.
The dropout bounces back towards the halfway lines, picked up by Ray Craigie. Gets it on now to Big Woody's back on the field. Marcus Woodbury back on there for Tingha to play the ball on the 40 metre line. Plays it on to Ray Craigie. Goes out of dummy half. Good run by the fullback. And he runs high, gains almost 15 metres before he's caught almost on the 20 metre line to play the ball back on to Lettinger. Lettinger gets on now to the 16 for Wilkins for Tingha. And Wilkins is caught with it, only 15 metres out. Played the ball back onto Lettinger to Walls. Walls now across the long pass out to Blacklock. Blacklock, he beats one guy, slips the ball nicely onto Tickle. Tickle it comes back infield. Good run, a good run by Blacklock too. Tingha right on the attack. Tingha 12, Guyra 10 onto Walls. Walls goes from dummy half, gets the ball onto the second rower for that's Curtin. Craig Curtin has scored for Tingha. Craig Curtin's in for Tingha. 16-10 with a kick to come. They looked ominous there. They've held the ball for the complete set. Makes a difference. 16-12 with 16-10 with a kick to come. 16-10. Craig Curtin, the try scorer for Tingha.
Right, Tingha scored by Craig Curtin. Tingha lead Guyra 16 points to 10 with the kick to come. That's the one that's been.
Someone tell us the rule.
Conversion attempted by Tickle.
No, he's not.
Looks pretty good. Yep, they like it. 18-10. 18-10 to Tingha.
Tingha lead 18 points to 10. Somebody else's part becomes.
Berger to kick off. Eyes across towards that eastern touchline. Taken there by Meppen. Meppen gets it on to Wilkins for Tingha. He's wrapped up in a solid tackle by Bull. Plays the ball back onto Meppen. Meppen gets it on to Craigie. Craigie get on to, he's dropped that ball. Dropped by Woodbury, picked up by Guyra. Puts them right on the attack. Orchard at dummy half. Gets the ball across now to Olas with the ball. Flicks it off to Clyde Smith with it. Wrapped up in a tackle, ball and all tackle. Clyde Smith to play the ball back on to Wilson. Ball's gone backwards. Play on. Been picked up there by the replacement player. Orchard with it. Orchard. Play it back onto Olas. Olas gets it back onto Torrance. Torrance gets it onto Berger. Berger gets it onto Hutton. Luke Hutton with the ball looking to offload. Throws the ball backwards. It's been picked up here by Torrance. Torrance runs up to the 20-metre line. Up to almost a 10, but he's caught. Good solid tackle there by the Tingha defence. Played the ball back onto Burgess with it. Burgess, a long cutout pass onto Bull. Rodney Bull who takes some stopping from here, but a good tackle by Lettinger. Brings him to ground. Guyra right on the attack. Hutton with the ball now. Luke Hutton gets it on to Olas. Olas with the ball. Olas beats one, but he can't beat the second tackle. Guyra right on the attack. Fifth tackle. Olas to play the ball. Now it comes on to Berger. Goes to kick through, but it's gone back. There's 6 to go. It's been picked up by Guyra. And it's Orchard. Yeah, Bo Orchard scored. Orchard scored for Guyra, the replacement hooker. 18 points to 14. 18-14. A good try to Orchard, the replacement hooker, number 14. Almost on the eastern touchline. Luke Berger lines it up. He's brought it out about 21 metres out. About 5 metres in from the eastern touchline. Lines are up. He's hit it pretty well. He's missed it again to the left again.
Come to the broadcaster stand and collect his card.
Meppen to kick it off, kicks it back to and towards the south. It is a good kick. The southeastern touchline's picked up there by Torrance. It's on to Wilson. Pretty close to that eastern touchline. Wilson to play the ball, 15 metres out from the Guyra try line. Played the ball back onto Dennison, gets it onto Olas with the ball, runs up to the 20-metre line. Plays the ball back to Orchard at dummy half, the try scorer. Orchard gets it on to, that's Olas with the ball now. Or is it Bull? That's Bull, Rodney Bull with the ball. Yep. Orchard runs from dummy half. He's wrapped up by Blacklock and also Nguyen.
Young bloke fight all of them.
Yep. Driven back by Dennison, back to Craigie. He runs up to the 30-metre line. He's only jogging at the moment. But he's wrapped up by the Mulligan and also, I tell you what, it didn't look real flash. He let it go. He wouldn't want to be in the NRL. It would have been penalised and put on report. Anyway, he's let it go. Certainly over the horizontal. Wilkins with it. Wilkins runs up 45 metres out from the Tingha try line. Tingha side of halfway and the Lettinger. Lettinger gets onto McIlwain. Jade McIlwain, a good run by the second rower. Going of about 10 or 12 metres. Play the ball back to Lettinger. Lettinger gets it onto Walls. Walls gets it on now to Kent. Kent runs up to the 35 metres out from the Guyra line. Back on the Blacklock. Blacklock down the sideline. He's gone very close to that sideline. Gets the ball back. It's been picked up by Wilson. That was a nothing move. 18-14. Tingha lead as we wind down towards halfway. Ola's with the ball. But he can't beat the tackle of McIlwain and also Woodbury in there. Ola's plays it onto Orchard. Orchard gets onto Hutton. Hutton caught on the 40 metre line. Tingha 18, Guyra 14. And we've got just on 6 minutes to go before half time. 18-14. Berger caught almost on the halfway line. Caught there by Meppen. Plays it all back onto Orchard. Orchard gets it onto Bull with the ball onto Hutton. Oh, good tackle. Good tackle. David Walls underneath and Woodbury over the top. Orchard pushes him off. Hutton back to Orchard. Orchard gets it on now to Dennison. Dennison drives. It looks like he's out. No, it's not out in the full, but he's found touch. Just about, what would he be, 25 metres out from the Tingha try line. It'll be Tingha scrum feed. Tingha 18, Guyra 14. Meppen's ball on to Guyra out from the scrum, standing in the 5-8 position. 30 metre line on to Blacklock. Blacklock gets with the ball now. Little chip kick over the top, and here comes David Kent coming through. If he gets the fight, which he has, and Kent's gone away. He's raced away to score. A kick through by Blacklock, picked up by David Kent, and he's under the post to score. He got the bounce, and he was there. It was certainly a work move, and it worked to perfection. A little chip kick over the top by Nathan Blacklock, picked up by David Kent. 22 points to 14 with a kick to come. You can write down 24-14 as we approach half time. Just on 4 minutes before half time.
Great try to Tingha Tigers, scored by David Kent. Tingha now lead 22 points to 14 with a kick to come.
That was a great try. Work move, work to perfection. He got the bounce and there was just no one at home. Plenty of vision there by Nathan Blacklock. That was a good try, Ivan.
Oh, very good.
Yeah. 22-14 with a kick to come. Jeremy Tickle to kick the conversion right in front. As soon as he took that ball, there was no one in front. There was no one who was going to catch him. No one in the world. 22-14.
If you're going to chip, you tip to the fastest, fella.
Yeah. He got some toe. Jeremy Tickle with a conversion lined up as we wind down towards half time. 3.5 minutes before half time. Tingha 22, just about right down 24, I'd reckon. Points to 14. Certainly been an entertaining half of football and plenty of points. But that was a brilliant try.
3.
Absolute brilliant try.
3. My starter.
3 to go. Tickle moves in, hits it, 2 points, 24-14.
Conversion successful by Jeremy Tickle. Tingha now lead Guyra 24 points to 14.
Great crowd here. They've enjoyed a great day's football. Those early results, the league tag in the under-18s to Glen Innes and the President's Cup to Tingha. Berger kicks off, dribbles it down, well picked up by Tickle. Yes, the short kick-off didn't quite work as we wind down towards half-time. Plays it back now. Anderson's on for Tingha. Brendan Anderson's on for Tingha in the headgear. The 17.
Who's he on for? Can you pick it up?
I'd say Jade McIlwain might be gone.
Jade in the centre. Curtin, I think.
Craig Curtin. It's 16 now. Wilkins with the ball. Play the ball back onto Wilkins. Wilkins gets it onto Anderson. Anderson runs up over the halfway line on the third tackle to play it back to Blacklock. Blacklock now with Craig, a little flick pass. Ray Craigie with the ball. Gets it onto Walls. Walls on towards Jeremy Tickle now on the wing. Comes back inside. Good run too. And he's up to the 30 metre line. Good run by Jeremy Tickle. Tingha on the attack again, 24-14. Gets it onto Meppen. Meppen stepped back off his right foot. Kicks it back towards the touch line that's being picked up there by Kelly for Guyra. But he's wrapped up in a good tackle by Meppen in there over the top. Joey to play the ball back onto Orchard. No, it's not Hutton. It's Craig Hutton, the centre with the ball, and he's wrapped up by Meppen. 24-14 as we wind down towards half-time. Hutton to play the ball back to Orchard. Orchard from dummy half gets it on now to Mulligan. Oh, a good tackle by Big Woody, hitting with the shoulder. Now to play the ball back to Orchard. Orchard gets it on to Wilson. Wilson runs up to almost the 40-metre line, but a good tackle underneath by Anderson. And also over the top was Guyra, and Wilkins gets the ball now on to Dennison, drives it back deep down towards the Tingha try line, but it's picked up by Craigie. He runs up, does a zigzag, and oh bang, he's been wrapped up by 3-4 bulls in there, Orchards in there, and they certainly he ran into the reception committee. Play the ball back now. Here it comes across now to Schumann. Schumann with the ball runs across field, but a good run by the winger. Over there lending the forwards a bit of a hand. Tingha 24, Guyra 14. Played the back on the Blacklock. Blacklock's on the Wilkins. Wilkins runs up into Olas and also Wilson. Almost on the 30-metre line. Tingha taking it out for their own end of the field. Play the ball back to Lettinger. Wilkins to Lettinger. On to Guyra. Guyra now looks, he's got Anderson in support. But he takes a tackle 35 metres out from the Tingha line. Guyra to play the ball on to Lettinger. Lettinger gets it on now to Walls. Walls on to Blacklock. Blacklock up the middle. And looking for support, gets it on now to Walls. Walls gets back on there, Guyra. Guyra runs up to the 40-metre line. But we've had a call, must have been a forward pass.
Winding down.
Yep, winding down now. We're just about to half time. Yep. We only got 5 seconds to go before half time. Tingha 24, Guyra 14. They won't get this crumb packed before the half time whistle will go. That's half time. That's it, half-time at the Tingha Sport and Recreation Ground. Tingha 24, Guyra 14. Entertaining first half of football.
In this A-grade grand final, Tingha lead Guyra 24 points to 14. Put your hands together for a great half of football.
Just about to get underway in the second half. Tingha will be defending the southern end, Guyra the northern end, and it's 24 points to 14 to Guyra, to Tingha. 24-14 to Tingha, with 40 minutes of the 2009 season left. A couple of brilliant tries. One particular try, that last one by David Kemp, was an absolute screamer. Tingha to kick off in the second half. (24-14). It'll be Meppens to kick off for Tingha. Guy Meppen had a good game, good solid game.
Right, let's go.
And Luke Hutton runs up to the just over the 10-metre line, about 12 metres out from the Guyra line to play the ball back now. And one of the Guyra players with the ball. It comes on to Craig Hutton with the ball. Play the ball back to Orchard. Orchard from dummy half gets it on now to Bull. Bull's caught in a solid tackle underneath Anderson over the top McIlwain. Plays the ball back onto Orchard. Orchard gets it on to Dennison. Dennison drives it back deep towards the Guyra try line. Looks like it'll bounce around. It won't go over the dead ball line, I don't think. Guess it has. Just gone over. It'll be a Tingha lead 24 points to 4. Tingha defending the southern end, Guyra the northern end of the Tingha Sport and Recreation Ground. Yeah, Vidler just come off. Now it's gone to the Guyra. Guyra runs up to almost the 30-metre line before he's caught by the Guyra defence. Orchard over, and also Dennison to play the ball back and now on to Kent, runs from dummy half again at 10 metres, caught on the 40-metre line. Tingha 24, the ball's gone loose, and I think he's going to rule a knock on. No, penalty, strip. Penalise the Guyra players for a strip. A bit of chat, so we'll go another 10 metres. Want to talk, boys? We'll just march you a bit further. This will put Tingha in a great attacking position. Meppen to kick for the eastern touchline. Tingha 24, Guyra 14. Finds touch, only 25 metres out from the Guyra try line. Now it comes on to Lettinger, gets it on to Wilkins with the ball. Wilkins runs up to the 30-metre line, 20-metre line. Wilkins to play the ball back to Lettinger. Lettinger gets it on to Guyra. Guyra gets it back inside now to McIlwain. Jade McIlwain, a good run by the second row. He's caught 18 metres out from the Guyra try line to play the ball back to Lettinger. Lettinger gets it on to Meppen. Meppen gets it on to Walls. A long pass. Walls now on to Craigie. Craigie tries to step around Torrens, but he can't do so. He's been hurt too, I think. Yep. Has been hurt. Corey Torrance signalled straight to the referee that he's been hurt. Was caught on a couple of solid tackles early. Doesn't look good either. Nathan Blacklock signalled from the bench that it was a knee injury. Certainly he's very gingy on that left leg. Not much of him. And the replacement player for Tingha will be Todd Prince. That's a ripper of a game in the President's Cup final. Scored 3 tries, very quick. And I imagine he'll go to fullback. Time back on. Lettinger onto Meppen. Meppen now onto Guyra. Guyra wrapped up. Gets the ball. Great offload onto Wilkins. Wilkins runs up to the 10-metre line. Good run by the big fella. The replacement player. Played the ball back to Lettinger. Tingha right on the attack, only 10 metres out. 24-14. Lettinger gets it on now to Walls. Walls onto 2. Jade McElwain. He's wrapped up in a solid tackle. Clyde Smith, one of the tacklers. On now to Walls. Walls kicks it back towards the Guyra goal post. Pretty handy kick too. It's bouncing around. Here's a go. Hey! Big Justin McElwain has scored. Justin McElwain. They let it bounce. Fatal error. 2 of the Guyra players stood there, watched it bounce, and it bounced straight back towards Justin McElwain, and he scored 28-14 with a kick to come. So simple. Good kick.
First for the year.
Yeah, great kick. 28-14 with a kick to come.
Guyra Tingha scored by Kobe McElwain. I think that's his first for the year.
He won't have to do a nudie run then. He'll be right.
Tingha 28, Guyra 14.
Ivan just said it's his first try for the year, he reckons, so he won't have to do the nudie run on tomorrow. He'll be right. Good try. Got the perfect bounce, but they let it bounce. There were 2 of the Guyra defenders there. They watched the ball. It was a good kick. Would have been sprawling around in that breeze, and a favourable bounce for McElwain, and he's gone in to score. 28-14 with a kick to come. Simple conversion. Right down 30 points to 14. And we've just had 4 minutes to play in the second half. No, he's going back on. Yeah. He is going back on. He's just coming off for a little bit of attention. Conversion successful by Tickle, 30 points to 14.
Conversion successful by Jeremy Tickle. Tingha lead, 30 points to 14.
Yeah, Michael Walls is going on in place of Jade McElwain. Michael Walls going on. 30 points to 14. 5 minutes into the second half. Ball goes back now. Tickle gets it onto Wilkins. Wilkins crashes up to the 10-metre line. Good tackle too by Hutton in there, and also Torrance. Tickle darts out a dummy half, makes a gain of about 5 metres before he's wrapped up by Corrins, and also Bull. Meppen now on to McElwain, the try scorer for Tingha. Up to almost the 20-metre line to play the ball back to Lettinger. Lettinger now on to the number 12, Craig Curtin for the Tingha side. Curtin to play the ball back on to Lettinger. Lettinger on to Guyra. Guyra gets it on to Walls. Walls gets it on to Blacklock. Blacklock tries to get, he does, he gets outside Torrance. Flirts with the sideline, goes back inside. Oh, he's caught in a solid tackle by Orchard. Right in front of the broadcast box. McElwain, Orchard, McElwain patched him, good tackle, mate. Now it's back to Meppen. Meppen drives it back deep towards Berger. Swirly doesn't look confident, he's knocked on. And the ball's still on the ground. It's been picked up by Tingha. Play on. 6 to go.
McElwain again.
McElwain dived onto it. The big fella onto the ball. Now onto Walls. Walls gets it onto Meppen. Good cut out pass onto Kent. Kent comes back inside, but he slips. He's caught there by Hutton for Guyra to play the ball back onto Lettinger. Lettinger gets it on now to Meppen. Meppen looking for support. Now gets it onto McElwain. McElwain charges into the ruck. 12 metres out. Tingha right on the attack, leading 30 points to 14. To play the ball back to Lettinger. Lettinger gets it onto Walls. Walls now onto Guyra. Guyra runs back into the ruck. He's wrapped up in a solid tackle by 3 of the Guyra defenders. Wilson in there, also Richardson. Now onto Walls. Walls cut out pass has been intercepted by Clyde Smith for Guyra. Clyde Smith runs up to the halfway line, but Kelly, it is Kelly, the other winger, and Mick Kelly caught on the 40-metre line, but it was either a try to, he's been hurt too, and Mick Kelly's been caught and hurt for Guyra. Hurt his head, he has when he hit the ground. But he was away for all money, but a good saving tackle there by Michael Walls. He's right. Hello, Kelly's point to somebody. And what's going to happen here? We've got time out. We've got no linesman in. Now he plays the ball. Kelly to play the ball for Guyra. Back to Orchard. Wait, he said. Wait, time back. Time back on now. Kelly back to Orchard. Orchard onto Wilson. Wilson runs up, but he's wrapped up. Solid tackle. Bit high. One of them, a high tackle by Wilkins. Guyra underneath. Wilkins over the top. Wilson gets up a bit groggy. Tap taken. Here we go. Richardson back on the field. Jeff Richardson back on for Guyra. They need him big time. Richardson to play the ball. Orchard goes from dummy half. Good run too. Before he's wrapped up by Walls and three of the Tingha defenders in there. Wilkins over the top. Also McElwain to play the ball back. Hutton gets it on to Oles. Oles on the ball. He's dropped that. He's dropped it. Yep. No, they reckon he didn't. It was dead set drop by Bull. Yeah. Bull to play the ball back on to Orchard. Orchard gets on to Torrens. Torrens on to Dennison. Dennison now on to Burgess with the ball. Burgess gets on to Luke Hutton. Oh, good tackle. Hutton coming back inside, but a great tackle there by Lettinger underneath. And over the top was Walls and Wilkins. Now it's Burgess. Long cutout pass on to Torrens. Torrens look for support. He's dropped the ball that time. That's poetic justice. That's, I think that's karma. Yep. 30 points to 14, Tingha lead. Meppin to feed the scrum for Tingha. Ball's in on to Guyra. Guyra standing at the 5'8" spot. He's wrapped up by Burgess and also Orchard. No, Hutton, it was the centre. Now it's on to McElwain. Solid run. 20 metres out from the Tingha line. Play the ball back to Kenny. He'll probably have a run from here. No, he doesn't. He gets it on to Wilkins. And Wilkins, a good run of 10 metres by the big replacement front rower. He's caught 32 metres out from the Tingha line to play the ball back, and the Lettinger gets it on now to McElwain. Justin McElwain runs up to the 40-metre line. He's caught by Hutton to play the ball back to Lettinger. Lettinger on to Meppin. Meppin going for 40-20 here. He's kicked it pretty well. He's got the distance, but it's straight down to Bull for that's not Bull. It's Craig. It's the number 5. It's for Guyra, which is, we haven't seen him much. Clyde Smith, who hardly touched the ball, but now it's on to Oles for Guyra, almost up to the halfway line, and there'll be a penalty here. Working him over, tried to double flip him. Michael Walsh penalised, stupid penalty. It'll be Dennison to kick the ball for the Western touch line. He's found touch. This will put Guyra into Tingha territory. Tingha 30, Guyra 14. We'll just ill-disciplined there. Now, Bury's back on. Bury on to Richardson. Richardson runs up, a strong run by the front row, runs up to the 30-metre line. Richardson to play the ball back onto Bury. Bury gets it onto Wilson. Wilson has got Mulligan outside him. He goes on his own. A good run by the replacement front row. Wilson to play the ball back to Bury. 28-metre, just on 20 metres out. Oh, bad pass. Broke down there onto Dennison. Dennison gets it on to Hutton. Craig Hutton, the centre. Jinks around, but he can't beat. Guess he beats Kent. But then McElwain wraps him up, gets the ball off onto Kelly. Kelly with the ball, jinking around. He's caught. Good tackle by Kent. Guyra on the attack, 10 metres out. Tingha 30, Guyra 14. Kelly on now to Hutton. No, he's fates to go. It's Bury with the ball. And now he pops the ball back out, but it's gone out. Almost in himself, Bury, but tried to throw the magic pass. Didn't work, and it'll be a scrum feed to Tingha. Tingha 30, Guyra 14. 11 gone, is it? Yeah, we're a minute ahead of ourselves. It'll be Meppin's ball into scrum. Tingha 30, Guyra 14. Meppin onto Guyra. Guyra stands out of the scrum at 5'8", and it's a Tingha scrum feed. Onto Guyra, just 10 metres out from the Tingha try line to play the ball back onto Lettinger. Lettinger gets onto Wilkins. Wilkins takes the ball up again about just about 5 metres before he's wrapped up. Takes 3 defenders to bring him down, the big fella. Plays the ball back there on to, it's going to be Jeremy Tickle at dummy half. Tickle goes from dummy half. Scoots 5. He's made almost. It's been stolen. Stolen by 2 in the tackle. There was. Stolen by Corrins. There was 2 in that tackle, and they stripped the ball. Then he got away with it. Now to play the whack onto Hutton. Hutton gets it on now to Mulligan with the ball. Mulligan for Guyra. He's wrapped up and gone to ground. Nathan Guyra, one of the tacklers. Now it goes on to Bury. Bury gets a long pass, and it's been spilt by Luke Berger. Now it's on to Blacklock. Blacklock gets it on to Kent. Kent up to the 20-metre line. Bit of a let off there for Tingha. Bad pass and couldn't handle it. Now it'll be Kent to play the ball. Tingha 30, Guyra 14. Got one in that too. Now it's on to, looks like Schumann with the ball. Sherman to play the ball. Back onto Lettinger. Lettinger gets it on to McElwain. And McElwain's caught underneath by Bury. McElwain to play the ball on the Lettinger. Lettinger gets it on now to Walls. The replacement player, good run, 10 metre gain by Michael Walls. Walls to play the ball. Lettinger gone into dummy half on to the Tingha players. Looks like Curto. It is. It's showing Craig Curtin with the ball. Craig Curtin to play the ball on to Lettinger. Lettinger gets it on to Meppen. Meppen now little chip kick over the top for Nathan Blacklock. The ball's bouncing around. It's been picked up there by Bull. Bull beats, but he can't beat Meppen over underneath, and over the top is Curtin over the top. Yep. Now from Kelly goes from dummy half. He's caught in a good tackle by Lettinger for Tingha. He's been hurt in that tackle too. Kelly to play the ball. Looks like a knee gone there. Now it's on to Olas. Olas runs across field, but he's easy picking for Woodbury, and also Walls. The two Walls in there. He's run into a wall. Two of them. Olas to play the ball. On to Hutton. Hutton gets it on to Richardson with the ball. Jeff Richardson runs up almost the 40 metre line. Tingha 30, Guyra 14. Mulligan from dummy half. Gets the ball on to Burgess, but kicks it through. Luke Hutton following through. It's rolling around. It's been picked up now by Jeremy Tickle with the ball. Jeremy Tickle beaten one, he's beaten two. He runs up to the 40, runs up to the halfway line. A great run by the winger. Again, of 30 odd metres. Jeremy Tickle, first tackle for Tingha. Puts him in a great attacking position. Now it comes on to Curtin. Curtin with the ball. Runs up over the 40. Offloads now on to Kent. Kent with it. Kent runs across field looking for support. Gets the ball back. It's been rolling around. McElwain, someone's got a dive on it. It's been picked up, knocked on by Prince. Knocked on by Prince. It'll be dived upon by McElwain, and we'll have a scrum to pack down midway between the halfway line and the 40 metre line. Tingha's out of the ground. Tingha 30, Guyra 14. Yeah, Prince has gone to the wing and Tickle's gone to fullback. Guyra scrum feed. Dennison in on to Hutton. Hutton, Luke Hutton, Craig Hutton standing at 5'8". The ball's gone loose. It's ricocheted out. It's been dived on now by Gawan. Gawan gets the ball, but he's tackled by Hutton.
No advantage.
No advantage. We'll have a scrum to pack down. It'll be a Tingha scrum feed back on the 40 metre line. Their end of the field. Tingha 40, Guyra 14, and we've had 15 minutes to play in the second half. 25 minutes to go. 40 metre line on to Blacklock. Blacklock beats one. Can't beat Bull's tackle though. He's gone to ground. Clyde Smithy over the top. Plays the ball back on the Tickle. Tickle gets it on now. Anderson back on. Now a good run by the replacement player too. The 17 for Tingha, and that is Brendan Anderson to play the ball on the 40 metre line. And Lettinger. Lettinger on to Meppen. Meppen on to Blacklock. Blacklock tries to get outside. Ball. He runs into Clyde Smith and got hit him with a shoulder. Came in off the blind side. They've had a couple of tangles. McElwain with it. A good run by the big front rower. Tries to offload, but he can't. Ball and all tackle by Olas, and also Mulligan in there. Plays it back on to Lettinger. Lettinger on to Walls. Walls now looks inside, gets it on to Meppen with the ball. Caught right on the 20 metre line. Tingha on the attack. Tingha 30, Guyra 14. Just the one try so far in the second half. Now Lettinger on to Walls. Walls left-footed kick towards the eastern touchline. Has been picked up there by Kelly with the ball, but he's flung to the ground by Todd Prince for Tingha. Now out of dummy half for Guyra. Balls on the ground, have a knock on it, another knock on. Guyra scrum feed. 15 metres out their own try line.
They're waiting for you
On to Berger. Berger, a cut-out pass on to Tynes with the ball. But a good tackle over there by Schumann. Great tackle. Tynes plays on to Hutton. Hutton runs out of dummy half, but he beat one, he's beaten a couple. And a good run by Luke Hutton before he's wrapped up. Over the top was Sherman, underneath was McElwain, Jade McElwain. Now it's on to Richardson, rewinds up with that distinctive run of his. He runs up to almost the halfway line before he's caught by Jade McElwain. Richardson to play the ball back on to Bury. Bury, it's on to Hutton, or he runs into the reception committee there, Kent, and also Meppen. The ball's gone loose, it's gone backwards, picked up by one of the replacement players for Guyra, number 14, that's Orchard with the ball. And Orchard's caught on the 40 metre line. Orchard to play it back on to Bury. Bury gets it on now to Dennison. Dennison gets it on to Burgess with the ball. Luke Berger, but he runs up to the 40 metre line before he's wrapped up in a ball and all tackle. Lettinger underneath, Woodbury over the top. Torrance ticks it back towards the Tingha goal post. A good kick too, but bouncing around and it's gone over the dead ball line. Be simple. Now Lettinger to take the tap from the 20. It's on to Gawan. Gawan runs across field. He's wrapped up. A couple of the Guyra defenders in there. 17 for Guyra, who is Waters, yeah, Blake Waters, yep. Can't read my own writing. Played the ball, McElwain onto Lettinger, Ledger onto Guyra. Guyra now onto Anderson. Anderson with the ball. Runs up over the 40-metre line before he's wrapped up by two of the Guyra defenders. Tingha 30, Guyra 14. They ball back onto Lettinger. Great service from dummy half. Now it comes on to Justin McElwain. A good run. He's getting the support. Blacklock's overran him. He runs. He's gone over the 40. A good run by the big front row. He's had a great game. Justin McElwain to get up and play the ball back onto Walls. Walls gets it on now to Woodbury. The other big fellas in there. He charges ahead and up over the 30-metre line. Last tackle for Tingha. Lettinger onto Meppen. Meppen, little chip kicks through. He's found a bit of space too. Ball rolling around. It doesn't look comfortable here for Guyra, but it's been picked up by Dennis. It's Torrance with the ball. Corey Torrance with it. Runs across field. Runs up over the 20 and hits the shoulder of Nathan Blacklock over the top and Lettinger underneath. Played the ball back now onto Bury. Bury gets it onto Wilson. The ball out of Mick Wilson. And he's had a haircut. Now it comes across to Clyde Smith with the ball. Now it's Kelly. Mick Kelly, the winger. The ball back now to the ball rolling around, bad pass, and we've got a penalty for leg pull. A penalty to Guyra. They'll certainly appreciate this. Tingha 30, Guyra 14, and we've had 20.25 minutes of play. Guyra to take the tap right on the halfway line. Bury gets it on to Richardson. Richardson runs up to the 40 line. He runs into 3-4 defenders for Tingha, and he's thrown back. He's tackled about 7 metres out. A little bit of niggle in there too. There was. Walls in it, Guyra in it. Now we go to Wilson. Wilson runs up to the 40-metre line before he's caught underneath by Walls over the top. Walls and Guyra underneath. Now we've got the replacement player 17 for Guyra, and that is Joe Tawi to play the ball. Tawi to play the ball back onto Bury. Bury gets it on now to Dennison. Dennison onto Berger. Berger gets it across, gets onto Bull. He'll take some ball. He tries to throw the magic pass. It's not on. Picked up by Blacklock. Knocked down by Clyde Smith for Guyra. There'll be a knock on with Tingha scrum feed. Meppen to feed the scrum. Meppen onto Blacklock. Blacklock in the 5'8 position. Runs up to the 30-metre line. Tingha in possession. Tingha defending the southern end. Guyra the northern end. Plays the ball onto Kent. Kent goes from dummy half. You can pretty well back on it. Every time he goes now, he's going to have a dart out of dummy half. And Kent caught on the 40-metre line to play the ball. Back to Sherman. He's been hurt too. Another one. Time off again. David Kent's been hurt in the tackle. He didn't need the magic water. Kent to play the ball back onto Lettinger. Lettinger gets on to Michael Walls. Michael Walls runs up to the halfway line. Wrapped up by Luke Hutton. Walls to play the ball to Lettinger. Lettinger gets it on to Jade McElwain. Good run by the second rower. Had a solid game too. Play the ball back on the Blacklock. Gets it on to Justin McElwain. The big front rower surges ahead. Makes another gain of about 8 metres. Last tackle for Tingha. And some of those Guyra blokes a bit slow getting off, plays on the back line. He goes out of dummy half. Little ship kick over the top, pretty handy kick too. It's been taken by Torrance. Now Prince comes and claims him and tackles him back only about 5 metres out from the Guyra line. Guyra back on their own line. Berger out of dummy half. He's caught and wrapped up. Lettinger in there. Also McElwain, Jade McElwain.
17 to go.
Now we come on to Mick Wilson with the ball. Runs up over the 10-metre line. Wilson's caught. The ball's gone loose. And play on, said the referee. 6 to go. That ball went forward. Had to go forward. Yeah. And he didn't penalise with the rape anyways. Now it's Craig Hutton with the ball. Oh, good tackle. Schumann underneath. He drove him backwards. There's not much of him, but I tell you what, he knows he's been tackled. He doesn't like it either. And Guyra in possession down on that eastern touch line. Great tackle by Schumann. Looks like Walls has been hurt in that tackle, but he's okay. He's up. A little bit shaken from it. Guyra to play the ball. Bury runs out of dummy half, gets the ball back, goes over Luke Hutton's shoulder, and we'll have a knock on. Yep, knock on by Guyra, right on the halfway line. It'll be a Tingha scrum feed. Tingha 30, Guyra 14. It's deteriorated a little bit lately this game. There's a lot of knock on. I suppose they're getting on that hot day. They're getting tired. 30 to 14, Tingha lead. And there is just on 16 minutes of play left. 16 to go. We hope you're enjoying the call in the club and enjoying the cool beer. Half your luck. Now it comes on to Guyra. Guyra at the 5'8 position, tackled by Berger. And also in there for Guyra was Waters. Now Blacklock on to Tickle. Jeremy Tickle had a good game on the wing. 100% with the boot, and every time he's had the ball, he's made good ground. One tremendous run earlier in this second half at the Blacklock. Blacklock's on to Woodbury. The big fella runs up into Wilson, and also in there, Olis with Guyra. Underneath is now Lettinger goes from dummy half. Scored a great try to start the game from dummy half. Good run offload too. Onto Jade McElwain. McElwain on towards the line, but he's swamped by the Guyra defence. Tingha right on the attack. Only a couple of metres out from the Guyra. Tingha 30, Guyra 14. Now the mousetraps work. Comes on to Lettinger. Lettinger on to Tickle. Tickle, he's in to score. That's the ball game. Good run by Jeremy Tickle. We just said what a great game he's had, and he certainly capped it off there with a good try. The left winger for Tingha scored. Tingha 34, Guyra 14. They worked the mousetrap and it worked well. Tingha came back on the angle, took the ball and raced in to score.
Great try there by Jeremy Tickle. Tingha now leads 34 points, 14. Kick the cup.
But he near got a cramp.
I'll tell you what, it's not much of him, but he got it.
Oh, mate, he's had a good game. Gee, he's had a good game. 34-14 with a kick to come. Tried to Jeremy Tickle. They worked the mousetrap, and it worked well. Paul Lettinger stood out a second receiver, and certainly worked well with Jeremy Tickle. Jeremy Tickle, perfect day with the boot. I think he'll pop this one through okay. 34-14 the score. This will make it 36. And pretty well puts the game out of reach now, if it wasn't before. Moves in. Two more. 36-14. 36-14.
By Jeremy Tickle, successful.
13 and a half.
For whatever.
Luke Berger kicks off.
Green ticket, Jeff.
Drives it back towards the southeastern corner. Taken by Gawan. Gawan gets it on to Justin McElwain. He's caught about 18 metres out now from the Tingha line to play the ball back onto Wilkins. Gets it on to Gawan. Gawan. That was McElwain at dummy half. Same colour here as Wilkins. Plays the ball on to Lettinger. Now it's Wilkins with the ball. He's a bit bigger now, the bloke. And now Wilkins runs up to the 30 metre line over it. They play the ball back on to Paul Lettinger. Great service from dummy half. Blacklock gets it on to Craig Curtin with the ball. Curtin with the ball almost on the 40 metre line, standing up in the centres. The lightly built second row. Gets it on now to Wilkins. Wilkins charges up towards the halfway line before he's wrapped up and caught by Bull, Olis, and also Wilson in there.
It's Curto.
Play the ball back to Lettinger.
Curto.
Lettinger
Yep.
to Meppen. Meppen heaves it downfield, back down towards Clyde Smith's wing. He's sat upon by, he's beaten one, beaten two, runs up, but he's still going. A good run by the winger before he's caught by the collar. He's dropped the ball by Blacklock and still having a bit of a tug of war there and a knock on. He reefed him by the jumper. Clyde Smith had hit Blacklock a couple of times today. There's been a couple of bits of niggles, not niggles, but a solid couple of tackles on his blind side, and then Blacklock, he didn't miss him. He grabbed him by the collar and swirled him around. He lost the ball. He's been hurt in that tackle too. Anyone sacks him, he'll be a bum. If there's not a public holiday in Tingha tomorrow, there should be. Right, it'll be Mappen's ball into the scrum for Tingha. 36-14 on to Gawan. Gawan runs across field. He's caught by Berger, also Torrens in there, and Olis for Guyra. Tickle with the ball, still going. He's caught by Mulligan for Guyra. Got to play the ball on to Blacklock. Blacklock gets it on now to Craig Curtin. He's caught. Oh, I'll tell you what, there was a bit in that tackle. There was a bit in that tackle. Yeah. On to Meppen. Meppen gets it on to Walls. Walls, crossfield. Good pass. On to Jade McElwain with the ball. Gets it on now to Kent. Oh, lovely pass from Kent. Into Schumann, and he's in to score. Yeah. On to Meppen. Meppen gets it on to Walls. Walls, crossfield. Good pass. On to Jade McElwain with the ball. Gets it on now to Kent. Oh, lovely pass from Kent. Into Schumann, and he's in to score. Great football. Great football. Great passing. Great couple of passes there, final passes on to Schumann, and he's gone in to score a good try. 40-14.
Try to the Tingha Tigers by Ryan Schumann.
Beautiful passing across that back
40
line.
points to 14.
40 to 14. That was a great winger try.
Mate, got them in the club
A couple of lovely passes in that movement, especially that last pass from David Kent. Just touched his fingertips and straight onto him. And he was flying. 40 points to 14. Got it lined up. Looking into the sun too. Well, the referee's got his hand up above his forehead. He's hit it pretty well. I'll tell you what, it's a good kick. 42 to 14. What a great kick from the sideline.
Jeremy took off from the sideline. Tingha on 42 points to 14.
Who'd have thought it? 40 to 14. Taken by the try scorer, Schumann. He's full of running. He's quick. Schumann to play the ball back to Guyra. 40 to 14. Under 10 minutes remaining. On to McElwain now. Justin McElwain runs up into the Guyra defence. 15 metres out from the Guyra try line to play the ball back to Guyra. Guyra at dummy half. Gets it on now to Meppen. Meppen gets it on the cut out pass to Blacklock. Gone over his head. It's been picked up there by Craig Curtin. He's caught a good tackle by the replacement player. It was Joe Tawi for Guyra. And there's been a knock on. No, we've got a penalty. Penalty for Guyra as we look around the post. And it'll be a penalty taken by Tingha. Guyra penalised, a kick to Tingha, and Meppen will drive it towards the western touchline. Does so, just about lobs it in here. And Tingha now on the 30-metre line onto Wilk. No, Wilkins to Guyra onto Walls. Walls, they're full of running. These blokes onto McElwain. Big Justin McElwain. Richardson's in there. And also underneath Dennison. Play the ball back onto Walls. Walls gets it onto Guyra. It's pretty hard to single any player. They've all played well for Tingha. A great pass by Guyra. He's had a good game. And Tingha now in possession once again. It's Kent to play the ball. Gets up to play it back onto Walls. Walls gets it onto Guyra. Guyra looking to pass. No support. Goes on his own. Up to the 30-metre line. 42 points to 14. Tingha lead the grand final 2009. Great win to the Tigers. Guyra plays it onto Lettinger. Lettinger onto Meppen. Little chip kick across back towards the Guyra try line. Beautifully weighted kick too. It's been picked up. Oh, it's been knocked on. Been knocked on by Guyra. Puts Tingha right on the attack again. Knocked on by the replacement player Joe Tahai for Guyra. And this will put Tingha right on the attack. They'll have a scrum feed only 10 metres out from the Guyra try line. Look out for Blacklock here. I reckon we'll get a bit of Blacklock magic. And if he'll do a double backward somersault for us. Meppen's ball into the scrum. They've gone the other way. It's on to Guyra. Guyra looks to support, but he's wrapped up in a tackle. First tackle for Tingha. Tingha 42, Guyra 14. Now it comes across this way now. And Tickle's gone from dummy half. He's not far out. He's only a couple of metres out before he's flung to the ground. Hutton in there. Also Mulligan and Bull. Gets up slowly to play the ball. Now it comes onto Walls. Walls gets it onto... there's a obstruction here. He's running behind his own player. Yeah, oh, look out, boys. Bull's in there, and also Craig Curtin, a little bit of how do you do. But he ran behind his own player. Penalty to Guyra. He had like a front runner. He was running the shepherd for him. Penalty to Guyra. 42-14. And we've got 6 minutes remaining. 6 to go. 6 minutes to go. 42 points to 14. 6 minutes to go. Here we come. Mulligan with it. Runs up to the 40-metre line. Good run too. Prince is in there. Gave a little bit for his how do you do as well. Now we've got Olders with it. And Prince underneath. Curtin over the top. Back onto Mulligan. Mulligan gets it onto Hutton. Hutton with the ball. Luke Hutton runs up the 40-metre line. Gets the ball back onto Bull. Bull gets it on to Dennison. Dennison looking for support. He's got his support inside and outside. Onto the number 15. That's Orchard for Guyra. And he's wrapped up. Blake Waters. Waters it is with the ball. Waters to play the ball. On to Dennison. Dennison gets it onto Torrance. Torrance goes on his own. And he's dropped the ball. And it's been forced and play on. Tingha in possession. He was set to go for the try line, but he lost possession. I think it might have been knocked down by one of the Tingha players. And Walls gets up to play it. Schumann gets up to play it. Now it comes on to McElwain. Justin McElwain had a good game, the big front row. They all have. And McElwain to play the ball on the 10-metre line. He's got to be tied. Now on to Guyra. They've all got to be tied. Guyra's dropped the ball, has he? Yep, he's dropped it. It's been picked up by Berger. He runs into Kent, and we've got a double knock on. It's just starting a little bit of a knock on again. And a double knock on. He's going to rule the Guyra scrum feed. Tingha 42, Guyra 14. As we wind down the clock, we're into the 4.5 minutes remaining. 35.5 minutes gone. 4.5 to go. 42-14. There's Lettinger. Yep. Look a bit alike from the distance. They're both fairly slightly built. Lettinger back into the scrum. Guyra scrum feed. Tingha 42, Guyra 14. The ball comes out. It's been picked up by Dennison. Dennison gets it on to Berger now. Berger runs across field. And he's wrapped in a good tackle by Guy Meppen. Drove him backwards. Ball onto Craig Hutton. Hutton, he runs into Curtin, but he's wrapped up by Gawan. Gawan underneath. Plays it back onto Mulligan. Mulligan, the ball's gone loose. Oh, terrible bit of handling. And it's just started to deteriorate right away here now. Guyra really trying to sort of turn something into something, but it's just not coming together at all. 42-14. We'll go through those try scorers again. We've got tries for Tingha to, the first try was scored by Paul Lettinger, also Nathan Goyan, Craig Curtin, Justin McElwain, Ryan Schumann, David Kent, Jeremy Tickle, and Jeremy Tickle's kicked 7 goals. 7 out of 7. A great day with the boot. As we go back, the ball's been kicked through. Now it's been dropped by Guyra. Been picked on. It's been knocked on both ways. Up play on. David Kent with the ball now. And he's got the, here we go. Todd Prince has got it. No, he stops, he starts. Still going across field. Scored 3 tries in the President's Cup Grand Final. Love to see him get the ball a little bit of room. I thought he was away then because he is quick. Prince to play the ball back to Wall. Gets up slowly. Plays the ball back onto David Walls. On now to Wilkins. Johnny Wilkins runs forward. He's wrapped up, ball and all, by Waters for Guyra. Got him right this time. And also Mulligan. Play the ball back now to Lettinger. Lettinger onto Meppen. Meppen goes on his own. And he's wrapped up. Ball's gone loose again. And dived upon by Guyra. Got a penalty. There's been a strip there. A penalty to Tingha. May as well kick the goal, I reckon, and wind down the clock. Yeah, why not?
2 to go, I'll do this time.
Yep, Tingha, no, they're taking the tap. They're going to take the kick of goal. Take the 2 points and wind down the clock. Now they're going to go for another try. Here we go. On now to Wilkins. Ron Wilkins with the ball. Tingha 42, he got it offloaded to Lettinger. Lettinger onto Curtin, onto Blacklock. Blacklock goes on his own. Can't beat the defence of Guyra. Way up in that northwestern corner. Plays the ball back now from dummy half. Number 3, David Kent. David Kent has scored for Tingha, 46-14. Well, the tap worked. 46-14. Kent's in for his second try.
Tingha scored by David Kent. That's his second. Tingha now lead 46 points to 14.
46-14, Tingha, and the clock winds right down. There's only less than a minute and a half to go. By the time they kick this and kick off, it'll be just about 14, full time. 1 minute to go. There's a minute remaining. Yeah, oh yeah. Yep.
They say you've got to lose one to win one.
Yep.
The old saying, isn't it?
Oh, it is. Yeah. Yep. Mate, a bit different weather conditions this year. Yeah. Here he comes in for his perfect score. He's kicked 7 out of 7. I'll tell you what, he's kicked 8 out of 8. No, he missed that one. Just to the right of the uprights. Tingha's won at 46-14. 46 points to 14. We'll just go through those point scorers again while we wrap it up. For Tingha, the try scorers: David Kent 2, Jeremy Tickle 1, Ryan Schumann 1, Paul Lettinger 1, Justin McElwain 1, Craig Curtin 1, Nathan Goyan 1, and 7 conversions to Jeremy Tickle. And for Guyra, tries to Rod Bull, Corey Tollins and Bo Orchard, and 1 conversion to Luke Berger. The final score, 46 points to 14. We hope you've enjoyed the game. Thank you.
Tingha Tigers have run out victors over Guyra, 46 points to 14. Put your hands together for a great game of football.
Yeah.
Put a glaze back on.
I might just ask John to call the Guyra boys up now to receive their runners-up medals. If you guys could come up.
Thanks, Wilkie. I'd just like to start by thanking my boys for the year. Keep your heads up, boys. Thanks very much for the year. To Wolsey and his boys, mate, congratulations. 2 good on the day. Hope you enjoy the next couple of days, boys. You deserve it. Yeah, thanks to the group. Thanks.
My apologies, I just jumped in a bit early there. I'd like to once again, especially for the first grade game, the main event of the day, thank our officials for the tremendous job they've done in all games today, but especially in the first grade game. So I'm going to invite up Peter Watt, the referee of the day, first grade game, and Shane Turner and Kerry Rollergas. If you guys could come up and receive your awards, please, for today. Thanks very much. I might just ask John to call the Guyra boys up now to receive their runners-up medals. If you guys could come up towards the front of the stage, please.
Number 1, Lucky Berger. Number 2 is Mick Kelly. 3, Ferry Hutton. 4 is Rod Bull. 6 is Corey Torrens. 7, Ronald Dennison. 8, Danny Villa. 9, Lucky Beery. 10, Jeff Richardson. 12, Randy Mulligan. 13, Lucky Hutton. 14 is Bowie Orchard. 15 is Blackie Waters. 16 is Mick Wilson. 17 is Dan Taylor. Rod Lawler. Who's that? Oh, Kiwi Joe. Sorry, mate.
Well, thanks, John. Again, it's a tough pill to swallow on a day like today. Coming second, but that's how it works out. Now I'd like to call up David Wells from the Tingha captain coach to receive the Group 19 to his shield.
First of all, I'd just like to thank John and the Guyra boys. He's been a great side for years, boys. Thanks for the game. To my boys, say the best for last. Absolutely awesome effort, boys. Should be so proud of yourselves. Especially like to thank all the supporters. You got us over that line. Thank you very much. And I'll see you all back in the clubhouse.
And again, it might be very fitting. I had a little committee choose what they thought was the best player on the ground today, and it is very fitting. The captain coach gets the award, Dave Wells. So a big day. Well done. I'll just ask Swalsey if he could invite the boys up one by one.
And number 1, Ray Trogie. Two, Ryan Schumann. 3, Dave Kent. 4, Tingha Blacklock. 5, Jeremy Tickle. 6, Guy Metham. 8, Marcus Woodby. 9, Paulie Lettinger. 10, Justin McElroy. 11, Jay McElwain. 12, Craig Curtin. 13, Nathan Gawan. 14, Michael Walls. 15, Guy Berger. 16, John Wilkins. 17, Brendan Anderson. 18, Todd Prince. A bloke that couldn't play today, but he's been with us all year, Gabriel Buda. Thanks everyone. Once again, I'd just like to thank everyone for turning up today to the conclusion of the 2009 Group 19 to Ridge Rugby League. Just wish everyone a safe trip home. Thank you very much.
Rowdy to shoot.
Yeah.
For sure.
They only had like I remember from school, didn't they?
It's not down in the time.
No, I never had it. Mainly because it's
I've already had mine.
Conversion success.
Take it up, please. Oh, we're on camera. Hello. Oh, where's mine? Hey, you sit on the back step up there. Jump off the step.
Never was. You're mad at me, wake up.
You downgraded your camera.
TJ.
Go to Toy Carl.
Picked his moment.
See how he tackled with his arms, bro? If he tackled with his shoulders, bro.
Oh, grabbed him. What's up, babe? This way.
Assisting for the and presenting for the under-18s presentations is Norm Williams, Junior Vice President of Group 19, and Terry Williams on behalf of...
Jane, Steve, and Jane. And Benno. Sorry, bro.
Anybody play? Nico.
Sorry, Mark. Oh, Mike, get up here. I'm going to
Anyone else who played? Come on, pass it. Everywhere we go! Everywhere we go! People want to know!
People, just before we sign off, Mel's got a little bit there. Don't forget, this is the 3rd year in a row.
John O'Halloran and Kevin Hill for the presentations, and once again, congratulations to Jimmy Sheether and the Tingha President's Cup side. Thank you very much.
Remember to hold pocket bottom class only.
Players make their way field, please.
Cut out pass on the tee. Eventually I went backwards, so he's called a knock on. Called a knock on. Todd Prince had a great opportunity. It was unable to take it. The cut-out pass by Blacklock, he was unmarked out there, and I think he couldn't believe that this was all come at once, and it's still the Lords.
Guys over here for the presentations, please.
And what are the older boys? Reserve grade. Getting ready.
Ball control, boys, today. Yep. Come all day. Hey, Dad. On the chest. Swap sides, swap sides. Go in a bit closer. Yeah, right. Let's go. Put a bit of pace into it, boys. Yeah, let's start getting used to this heat, boys. Yeah, Pouty. Yeah, Bob. Yeah, Brady. Yeah, Benner. Shuey's only thinking about basketball. Simon does the talking when he comes on. Just go. Help us, boys. If he tell you he's not pulling you up.
And Dale Henshaw. The centres are Ashley Churchland and Craig. The second row is Caleb Austin and Mitchell Legg. And the lock is the Tingha side. The fullback Shane Shue. The half is Clint Connors. The front row is Scott Williams and Shane Roberts. The hook Munro. Tingha lost 3 great supporters during the week. We'll just have a minute's silence.
Yeah. Come on.
And it's going to be, you're going to do your best anyway. You can only ask you to do that, mate.
That's exactly right, mate.
And you encourage all the boys. Good on you, mate. Thanks for playing for Tingha. Good on you, mate. Thank you. Up the Tigers!
First of all, I'd like to thank the game probably hurt us, especially today. We were very rusty.
I'd just like to thank Rolsey and his boys. They played a good game today, but you know, our side ain't too good. And just like to thanks Jimbo for doing everything for us this year. And, yeah, that's it.
It might be very fitting to keep Timmy up here because he was also nominated as best player on the field today. So congratulations. We have a trophy over there for you, Timmy. So a great effort to captain the side. The Tingha team, come down, collect your winners' medals, and Timmy might call you out as you come up.
Chris, Jimbo, Run Right, Nate, Carl Scotty, Shane, Steve, and Shane. And Benno. Sorry, bro.
I'm jumping up in front. Number 20. Come on, everywhere we go! Everywhere we go! People want to know! People want to know! Who we are! Who we are! Where we come from! Where we come from! So we tell them! So we tell them! We are Tingha! We are Tingha! Mighty Tingha Tigers! Mighty Tigers!
Just okay.
The ground today. Make sure if you are, continue.
Well done, boys.
When I come from fucking nowhere to come and fucking win this grand final, it's been a fucking honour to fucking coaches for the year. Hope you feel the same way. You gotta make me cry in a minute, Dave. And hopefully we'll all be back next year, eh, boys? Fucking bigger and better stuff.
I don't think so.
Straight in the round, so just now. Hoorah!
Robbo, sing the song, Robbo. Get them going.
Everywhere we go! Everywhere we go! People want to know! People want to know! Who we are! Who we are! Where we come from! Where we come from! Somebody tell them! Somebody tell them! We are Tingha! We are Tingha! Mighty Tingha Tigers! Mighty Tingha Tigers! Hoorah! 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 Hoorah!
Magic Connors.
Stay fucking tight.
There's only plain white, mate. That's all there is, bro. Come on, Max. Bruno.
Come to me, wild and
Towards the dais for the presentations, please.
What do you reckon, Dickie?
Both the Guyra and Tingha clubs.
Good one, mate.
Good man. Right.
Worked hard to get him, mate. Good on you. Right, done well, mate, didn't we?
Finally got one, brother.
We deserved it.
Well, we finally got one, brother.
Yeah, mate. Well done, Ruthie. We deserved it, mate.
We did.
Thank you for supporting them, mate. You did well.
I got my medals.
Thank you. You did well, love.
I know, we did well, mate.
Yeah, you did well.
We sure did.
17 is Dan Taylor, Rod Lawler. Who's that? Oh, Kiwi Joe. Sorry, mate.
Just like to thank John and the Guyra boys. He's been a great side for years, boys. Thanks for the game. To my boys, save the best for last. Absolutely awesome effort, boys. Should be so proud of yourselves. Especially like to thank all the supporters. You got us over that line. Thank you very much. And I'll see you all back at the clubhouse.
And again, it might be very fitting. I had a little committee choose what they thought was the best player on the ground today, and it is very fitting. The captain coach gets the award, David Willis. So a big day. Well done.
To Ryan Schumann. 3 Dave Kent. 4 Tingha Blacklock. 5 Jeremy Tickle. 6 Guy Mepham. 8 Marcus Woodbury. 9 Paulie Lettinger. 10 Justin McElwain. 11 Jade McElwain. 12 Craig Curtin. 13 Nathan Gwan. 14 Michael Rawls. 15 Guy Berger. 16 John Wilkins. 17 Brendan Anderson. 18 Todd Prince. A bloke that couldn't play today, but he's been with us all year, Gabriel Berta. Thanks everyone.
Hey, good one. Sorry you wasn't on there with him, mate.
Been waiting for that for a long time, mate.
Oh, yeah. Sorry you wasn't with him.
Hitchin' Sport Rec.